What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And before we get into today's build, guys, I just want to say, look, if you're you're into those legends of the game, I'm talking about players from the 60s through the early 2000s, especially those players that time's forgotten. Or maybe if you're someone that's younger and you'd like to get an idea of, some of those players that, over time, they've just been forgotten, then this is definitely the channel for you because that's literally all I do. And so if that's something that you enjoy, I would definitely say you should subscribe to the channel, guys. And also, if that's content that you enjoy, I would greatly appreciate if you'd posterize that like button. That would help me out a great deal. And with that being said, guys, let's get into today's build, okay? So, what I've been trying to do as of late, right, is I've been trying to when I do these builds, for instance, I'm really trying to get shades of, especially if it's a player that, shades of is there, right? I'm trying to get that, um, so with that, I try to, I try to go through and do these builds, and I keep, making little adjustments here and there. And, sometimes, I'll find one that I agree with. Now, this one, I don't know if I necessarily agree with it, but it does give you the shades of James Worthy. I feel like the rebounding should be better, but again, I mean, it's a 2K build, guys, and one of those things, it's just I feel like it should be a little bit better, but the way that I did this, guys, is I went with the pure blue. It's kind of funny too, to be honest with you. I was looking for I was going through to do a Dominique build, right? And I just kind of stumbled into this. And the way that we do this is we max out the close shot, the driving layup goes up to 80, then max out the driving dunk, and the standing dunk will go to 93. And we won't even touch the post hook, which I know that, Worthy, he did have a little bit of a post hook, but, we won't worry too much about that. Mid range is going to be maxed out at 65. 3-point will max out. You can max out your free throw shooting as well to 80. And your post fade goes to 78, and then you'll max out all of the playmaking as well. Now, one thing I will say too, guys, I mean, if you want to do this build and if you want more defense, you certainly can get that just by taking away from like your free throw, and if you want to take away like your 3-point shot, things like that. But, this is just, like I said, guys, this is just, how I went through and how I got this name, because I'm trying to get the shades of, even though I don't always agree with it necessarily. I actually think I had to take this down too. So just look at this. So I think I may have done it like this, yeah. So let's go ahead and get this, and then this should go to 43, yeah, okay. So yeah, this is the way I got the name, guys. I'm sorry about that. I kind of missed the close shot. I was thinking that I'd maxed it out when I took down the notes on it, and I guess I didn't. But I mean, if you look at it, guys, right? I mean, you've got a really, really really good badge layout, right? You've got 21 finishing, 11 shooting, 21 playmaking, and 2 defensive and rebounding badges. So you've got a really good layout. You for this, guys, you could go whatever. It doesn't really matter. Me personally, I feel like solid. And I believe I'm really hoping that it gives us the name again too, right? Because it's always those things that I do worry about sometimes with these builds. I just worry that something changes and it may not And of course, I'm going to max out the wingspan. So if you look at this, guys, okay, and the good thing about a James Worthy build, right? I mean, you know that you could play it pretty much at small or power forward. It doesn't matter. And in all honesty, guys, in today's NBA, you could do a James Worthy build and play it at at the center position. But with this build, guys, I really feel like in a lot of ways it's very much like James Worthy. Um, but in other ways it may not be. Like I said, I do feel like the rebounding, should be better. But, again, like I said, I'm trying to get these names, to come up if they're in the game. So if we look at where we're at, so we know that all of our attributes we're going to get a +4. So close shot's going to be a 69, which that'll be fine. If you play this at a small forward, that'll be fine. If you do decide to play this at center, I would definitely recommend maybe putting that close shot up a little bit higher. Maybe taking the driving layup or something like that down. You'll have a driving layup of 81, driving and standing dunk of 99, with the post hook of 69. So, finishing wise, guys, you're going to be able to finish really well. And I know James Worthy, he really liked to get out and transition, run the floor, and he was really good at finishing at the basket and things. Now you're still going to be able to knock down that little mid-range shot here and there, with a mid-range of 63. Now your 3-ball guys, you're going to have a 55. Now you're not going to be able to be the greatest 3-point shooter with this build, but you can on occasion knock down some. You have a free throw of 81 and then a post fade of 80. Okay. So if we look at our playmaking, guys, you're going to have pass accuracy of 71, ball handling of 67, and a post control of 86. So all of that's really good. And then on your defense, guys, you'll have perimeter defense of 67, lateral quickness of 65, steal would be 63. Your block would be 83, and you'll have a defensive rebounding of 48. Then 52 once you get that +4. Now, I'm not sure if it would change the name or not, guys. But if it was me, I would probably take that block down. And I would put that on the defensive and offensive rebounding. Now for this, guys, for a Worthy build, you could really do either or. He was really good in the post. Me personally, though, I just feel like with slashing takeover, guys, anytime you have the opportunity to use slashing takeover because of what it does for you, it just gives you so many bonuses that you want to always try to go with that, right? And if you look, guys, you've built a slasher. And if you look at the very top, shades of James Worthy. Like I said, guys, do I necessarily think that this is James Worthy? Was this the way that I would do a James Worthy build? No. And, I'm doing this video as just kind of a test. Now, would you rather me, do the builds as the way that I remembered the guys playing? Or would you rather me, try to get that shades of, because I feel like getting the shades of is great. It really means that you're onto something, but it doesn't always necessarily mean that you're going to be doing that type of, you're not going to be able to have all the attributes that player necessarily may have had. Like I do feel like Worthy was a better rebounder than we're going to have with this build. That's just me personally. But yeah, let's go ahead and let's get in and let's test this. I don't know why it's showing 21. That's odd. That is odd. Huh. Did I not have it at 42? I could have swore I had it at 42. That's odd. That's crazy. So yeah, anyway, let's go in and I'll just have to check that, and if not, I mean, that was just something that's crazy that just kind of happened. I don't know. So we'll go ahead and we'll max this out. Now for your 21 fishy badges, guys, you could do acrobat. You could do, dream shake or drop step or either one if you wanted to. You could do hook specialist. Um, these are the ones that I like, guys, and this is the ones that I would do, if it were me. And that's just because, I feel like that one works really well. You could do lob cine finisher if you wanted. Um, but you could do slithery, but I really like rise up, guys, for this kind of build, and just put slithery on bronze. So if you look at it, you have acrobat, fearless finisher, grace under pressure, and rise up. You have those all on Hall of Fame. You have Lob City and Mouse in the House. And that's so funny to say. Just I always want to just go off and something about Mickey Mouse. But anyway, you'll have both of those on silver, and then you'll have Slithery Finisher on bronze. So that's a really good badge layout, guys. Now for this, guys, look. You could do a couple of different things. What I would do with this build is I would do catch and shoot. I would do slithery off ball because that's, with a small forward, with you being a slasher, I think that would be very important. Hot zone hunter, of course. And then you've got two available here, guys. So you could really, you could look at, do you want Deadeye? Do you want blinders? I think Deadeye would probably be better. But you could just do it that way. And then here, guys, you could do break starter, bullet passer. You could do post playmaker because you will be playing in the post with this needle threader. You could do quick first step. That's definitely a plus or a must because anyone that knows and seen James Worthy, he had a really, really quick first step. So, and I feel like you would want to do unpluckable, just to get that up. And then for the other one, guys, what I would do, me personally, I would do glue hands. Simply because you're not going to be the primary ball handler, and if someone throws you the ball, and it's a little bit, it's not the greatest of passes, you'll still be able to make that catch and things. And for these two guys, what I would do because of this build, I would do rebound chaser, simply because, like I said, I really feel like Worthy was a better rebounder than you're going to get with this build, so I think that would help you out some. Now, if you wanted to do clamps, you could do clamps, you could do interceptor, intimidator, you could do, whichever. It's just me personally, I feel like because the rebounding was as low as it was, I feel like that would help you out a bit. So yeah, with that being said, guys, I feel like this is a good James Worthy build. Like I said, it's not quite where I would put it myself. But yeah, let me know, guys, if you've noticed that when you're doing 2K builds, like the numbers just kind of change, at the end of the build. Because I don't know if anyone else noticed that, but if you didn't, go back and check it out. I started out initially at 42, and then for whatever reason, it changed to 21. Like I said, I was trying to do a Dominique build, guys. So I don't know. Maybe it's something something telling me, that's a good Dominique build, right? I don't know, but yeah, it was kind of strange to see that happen. But anyway, guys, this is a really good James Worthy build. Like I said, the only difference that I would make is the rebounding, of course. But if you've never seen James Worthy play, guys, I would definitely recommend going and watching him play because he was a really, really good player. He was very solid, and he's often forgotten with those Lakers. Actually, a couple of weeks ago, I was in a discussion on Facebook about they were comparing players that Michael Jordan had faced, Hall of Fame players, and I noticed that there were two or three different people that they mentioned that he had faced Magic, and I think even one of them got Vlade. But, there was two or three people that just completely forgot about James Worthy. Now, how are you going to remember Vlade Divac, who, don't get me wrong, guys, he was a really good player, but how are you going to forget James Worthy and remember Vlade Divac? How is that possible? That just kind of shows you how underrated this guy is. So that's one of the things that I want to do with this channel, right? I want to, especially some of the younger guys. I mean, you know, I know that some of the younger guys, they're just like LeBron, KD, and like nobody can touch them, and that's great. I mean, we all have our guys, right? The players that we watched growing up, and that's just like there's no touching those. They're on a they're on a pedestal that's unreachable, and that's all well and good. You know, I just with this channel, guys, I just want to maybe give you some insight on some players from the past that you may not have heard of that that were really good. And guys, I still don't know how I feel about doing these types of builds in terms of trying to get that shades of. Um, I don't know how I feel about it. I really don't. Like, I think I may actually end up just going back in and doing a James Worthy build the way that I would do it and see if I get the same thing. I may not, but I mean, it's just that close shot and that rebounding, guys. I mean, that's two things I feel like James Worthy should have and a James Worthy build should have, but that's just me. But anyway, guys, with that being said, if you like those legends of the game, and talking about the players from the 60s through the early 2000s, or maybe if you're someone that's younger, like I said, you may not have seen some of these guys play, like James Worthy. Then this is definitely the channel for you guys because that's literally all I focus on. So I would recommend subscribing. And if you enjoy this content, guys, I would greatly appreciate if you'd leave a like button, or just, I should say, posterize that like button. It's been a long day. I do apologize. It's a Monday and work has really done me in. But with that being said, guys, have a wonderful day, night, evening, wherever you are. Have a good one.